Sup yo? How's it going? Yes, I wanted to do another video. Yay, video! I love videos. And this time I wanted to speak of masculinity. You know, what it means to be a man. And yes, you know, while this is aimed at the guys out there, I believe it's valuable for all the ladies to pay attention as well. Some of the concepts you might find beneficial to your own lives. Some of these concepts, you know, I believe to be universal for both male and female. Plus, you know, it might add value to who you are. It might increase the prosperity in your relationships with others and the environments you're in. I mean, who knows? So, what does it mean to be a man? Abraham Lincoln said the measure of a man is when he can admit he is wrong. He also said no man stands so tall as when he stoops to help a child. Billy Sunday said, you can't measure manhood with the tight line around the biceps. And Winston Churchill said, man does what he must, in spite of personal consequences, in spite of obstacles, dangers or pressure. So what is a man? It saddens me that there seems to be a mindset where so many view manhood as being attained by how much you get laid, how clever you are at deceiving others for your own benefit, how well you can fight, or how much drugs and booze you can ingest before the effects become too much to handle. It saddens me that these mindsets that are so detrimental are being further entrenched in each passing generation. And it saddens me that this mindset of self-gratification that we have is deemed to be even worthy of being associated with manhood. You know, anyone can sleep around, anyone can scrap, get wasted, fill their heart and mind with the rage that takes over. That's easy. However, manhood is hard to attain. It's about doing what's right, even when it takes every ounce of humility inside of you to do so. And God said he made man in his image, and since we've fallen from that perfection, I guarantee you reaching out to regain that synchronization and symmetry with God, who is the definition of perfection, is hard. Being a man isn't easy. It's easy to get angry, lose your temper, kick someone's teeth in. It's easy to lay with a woman. It's easy to grab that pipe and smoke up. It's easy to lie, cheat, steal, deceive your way to the top. So why do people think that's what manhood is? Being the hardest, you know, the smartest. I promise you none of that counts for nothing. What massive difference are you making by following that repetitive cycle? By thinking about yourself and yourself alone. Manhood is about using your life to make a positive, lasting change in this world outside of your life. Manhood is about doing what's best by God, others, and before yourself. I wonder what would happen if the men that react in violence and psychological abuse towards their family instead found their true masculinity in protecting and defending the orphans, widows, downtrodden and needy of this world. I wonder what would happen if those men that manufacture life, soul and mind controlling drugs instead found their masculinity in manufacturing drugs that cure epidemics and third world diseases, if they found their masculinity by curing cancer. I wonder what would happen if those men whose lives are spent in front of a computer or TV screen instead found their masculinity in using their observational, reactional and strategic skills to conquer any obstacle and be world leaders, creating a real world to be better rather than, you know, a cyber world to be better. I wonder what would happen if those men who are addicted to porn instead found their masculinity by being able to have a meaningful, intimate, unique relationship with a woman without a misconceived perspective of what sex in a relationship is. I wonder what would happen if those who hustle the streets instead found their masculinity by using those very same God-given powers of conversion and convincing to convince the world's strongest supporters of the world's greatest wrongs to see the profitability in saving those people they previously set out to destroy. You know, I wonder what would happen if those men who trade human life as a commodity instead found their masculinity in encouraging and supporting people's lives by encouraging the beauty and talent and gifts that every human has to offer instead of destroying and stifling those gifts by capturing those people and holding them hostage. I wonder what would happen if those men who squander every dollar instead found their masculinity by saving and being able to feed the hungry, clothe the poor, support those in need in times of crisis, and by developing third world countries. I wonder what would happen if men knew the superhero warrior they were designed to be. Now, God has said that the words that go from his mouth will not return to him empty, so I'm going to finish with one of my favourite Bible verses. It's Amos 5:21-24. And it says, I despise your religious feasts. I cannot stand your assemblies. Even though you bring me burnt offerings and grain offerings, I will not accept them. Though you bring choice fellowship offerings, I will have no regard for them. Away with the noise of your songs. I will not listen to the music of your harps, but let justice roll on like a river, righteousness like a never-failing stream. That's God when I hear that. That to me is God. To me, when I hear that, it seems to me that it's essentially saying, you can look as cool as you want in the eyes of men. You can have as much fun as you like. You can look like the man, whether you're the best rapper or the best preacher. It doesn't matter if you're not seeking what is just and righteous with your life. Then it's all worthless. You each have a gift, a talent, something special that only you can offer to the world in the way that you can offer it. I hope you see your value and your worth, because this world can be so much better if we use these gifts and talents that each one of us have for the right things. If we did the right things, the things that will make us men.